Hello everyone, welcome to CredR, and with me today I have the BMW Motorrad F900XR. इस मोटरसाइकिल की कीमत शुरू होती है फ्रॉम ₹10,95,000 ex showroom for the standard variant. But if you want the Pro variant, you will have to shell out 12,40,000 ex showroom. And above the Pro variant, you can still buy a lot of optional accessories as an add-on and also get more kit for the motorcycle. इस वीडियो में हम चेकआउट करने वाले हैं कैसा है इस मोटरसाइकिल का परफॉर्मेंस. Is this adventure motorcycle really all that off-road friendly, or is this still a road-biased adventure sports tourer? If you have any other queries, just ask us in the comments after you watch the entire video. But now let's deep dive into the features and all that you get with this F900XR, because this is the second step in the BMW Motorrad portfolio in the adventure motorcycling segment, because at the lower end you have the BMW G310GS and then this is your next stepping stone. But before we deep dive and start talking about the features, let's first listen to the exhaust note of this motorcycle. It is a typical twin-cylinder exhaust sound, but it is raspy and it is throaty, and some people might actually like it. Now let's talk about the features.
When you look at the F900XR, it is not as distinctive like the GS range of bikes. It is not an all-out adventure motorcycle, but it has road presence. And because it is not as huge as the GS, it makes a lot of sense even as a daily bike. Don't get me wrong though, this size will surely turn heads, and when on the saddle, you will notice that you have something substantial between your legs. The bulk of the motorcycle is front biased and big bike buyers would like it. In terms of looks, this is no Mona Lisa. It might look a little quirky to some, but this is a unique flavor for the adventure touring segment. Features include full LED lighting, which means LED headlamp, LED tail lamp and LED turn indicators. There is an adjustable windscreen with 2 levels, but we wish this was a little larger for those long rides. The semi-fairing is well put together with sharp cuts and creases, and in typical BMW Motorrad fashion, fit and finish is top-notch. The seat is a step-up type contoured single-piece unit, and the pillion also gets reasonable grab rails. Point to note is that the F900XR rides on 17-inch wheels at the front and at the back, hinting that this is an adventurous road bike but not really an off-roader. The front forks are finished in gold, grabbing attention, but are non-adjustable. But on the Pro Pack model which we had with us today, the bike got dynamic ESA, which is electronic rear suspension adjustment, and that is pretty cool. The colored TFT Speedo console is beautiful to look at and shows all the information that you need. It is controlled via a unique switchgear on the left, and you'll get used to it in a few days. Mechanical bits are primarily finished in black, and the exhaust gets a metal finish with black bits and dual outlets. I wish the bike got knuckle guards too, so that it looked the part. Even cornering lights are a missing feature on the India spec motorcycle.
The next important bit that we should talk about is the performance of this F900XR.
Powering the BMW Motorrad F900XR is a 895cc water-cooled 4-stroke inline 2-cylinder motor with 2 overhead camshafts, producing 105 HP of power at 8,500 RPM and 92 Nm of torque at 6,500 RPM. Just a glance at the specification sheet, and when you look at the peak output at the rev range, you will know that mid-range has been the focus. The engine comes matched to a 6-speed gearbox with a slipper assist clutch, and the Pro Pack also adds a bi-directional quick shifter for times when you want to play hard with this machine. Road ready, the F900XR is not a light machine. It tips the scale at 219 kilograms, but this is masked very well when you start riding it. The saddle height of 825mm in stock setting makes it even more accessible than a KTM 390 Adventure, and this will welcome riders of all shapes and sizes. The only number which isn't so great is the 15.5 litre fuel tank capacity, which will limit your riding to around 250 kilometers and then demand a fuel stop. BMW claims that the bike can sprint over 200 kilometers per hour, and it does that fast. Even with the Pro model, you just get rain and road modes. You will have to pay a lot more money to get extra riding modes and extra kit for this motorcycle. The engine performance is very likable, and the bike even sounds good for a twin-cylinder motorcycle. Inside the city, the engine is very easy to use thanks to the torque availability, lower down the rev range, delivering an effortless ride. Power delivery is ideal for someone who is upgrading to their first big bike. Clutch is light, but the gearbox could have been smoother.
Now this motorcycle slots in the adventure category for BMW Motorrad. So let's talk about comfort and capabilities of this bike.
The ride and handling package is what pleased me the most. So I sat on this F900XR after I had been riding the R18 Cruiser, and instantly this was so comfortable. The F900XR is a road-biased adventure motorcycle, and comfort seems to be the main focus. When I say comfort, it is soft, but German soft and not completely squishy. The front suspension is not adjustable, but it is soft enough to absorb most of the bumps. It does result in some nosedive, but you will get around that nature of the motorcycle pretty soon. The rear suspension is the biggest party trick of this motorcycle, and especially in dynamic setting, the F900XR is superior to anything else in this segment. The suspension tune will keep you happy for hours on the saddle, making this bike an ideal long-distance touring companion. You can set up the rear suspension if you are riding this bike solo, or with a pillion, or with a luggage, and that really helps the bike's ability. The Michelin tires also offered fantastic grip on wet and on dry surfaces, so no complaints even in that department. With dual channel ABS, dual 320mm front discs, and a single 265mm rear disc, stopping power is adequate. But you will always envy the KTM 390 Adventure, which almost costs 25% of this bike's value but gets cornering ABS, and you will wonder what you did wrong not to deserve it. Swinging the bike from left to right is fairly easy, and riding it hard on your favorite twisty roads is going to be rewarding. Off the road, you can surely ride this bike over mild trails. There is ample ground clearance and suspension travel to keep you happy, but this is not where the bike will shine bright. The F900XR loves tarmac more than dirt.
So guys, let me know what is your opinion about this BMW Motorrad F900XR. Do you like this bike? Do you think this bike justifies the price tag? क्या आप ये बाइक खरीदना पसंद करोगे? If you currently have the KTM 390 Adventure, you can consider a bike like this as your ideal upgrade. But is this bike going to satisfy your riding requirements? अगर आपके और कोई सवाल हैं, you can ask us in the comments below. Till next time, subscribe to the CredR channel, press that bell icon. Always guys, ride safe, always wear your helmets and stay safe out on the streets.